Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Cleveland Browns versus Detroit Lions Week 10 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. Since it's a weekly collection, there will always be some variation between injuries happening and, lots of things happening each week. However, there will always be little nuggets of data that could become bigger nuggets of data as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you're new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So, starting with this game between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. When it comes to the NFL stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data is essentially stuff that looks at how the offense is doing, how the defense is doing, and how the special teams is doing. And the overall data favors the Lions. No doubts about it. When you look at, first off, let's just go through it. So when you look at the Lions on offense, they don't turn the football over. The Browns have a 1.57 turnover percentage score. That's out of every team since 1998. So the Browns are one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to creating turnovers on offense. The percentage of times that a turnover happens. You're not going to win a lot of football games when you do that. And the Lions are better in that respect. Now, the one area where the Browns are actually a little bit better is sack percentage. Browns are a little bit better in terms of preventing sacks slightly than the Lions. But offensive score percentage is more so with the Lions as well. So the ability to put points on the board on every drive, more so with the Lions. Defensive offensive score percentage also is more so with the Lions. So the Lions have a little bit better ability to prevent points on every single drive. Turnover ratio, the ability to create turnovers on defense, more so favors the Lions as well. Sack percentage is a little bit higher in the Browns compared to the Lions. Interception percentage is more so with the Lions. That's kind of been their calling card this year, has been picks and stuff like that on defense. When you look at special teams data, punt return yardage, more so with the Lions. Kick return yardage is with the Cleveland Browns. Preventing, defensive special teams data. Most of the preventive defensive data in terms of special teams, more so with punt return yardage, they're able to kind of prevent things from happening for the Lions. Browns are more so in terms of preventing kick return yardage. Field goal percentage is more so with the Lions. Extra point percentage is more so with the Lions. And punting average is more so with the Browns. But again, the overall data pretty much favors the Lions, even special teams, in terms of being able to put points on the board on defense. So there's a little bit of a back and forth in terms of punt return yardage and kick return yardage. But I do think that in terms of putting points on the board, more so with the Lions, which is also why they're favored in this game. So the overall data favors the Lions, and this really shouldn't be surprising because of how poorly the Browns have been playing, based on the data. So now when you get to some completion percentage data, so looking at the completion percentage of the Browns versus Lions defense in that respect, the Lions are pretty much favored here heavily. The Browns have the worst third down completion percentage in the entire NFL. That's how bad it is. Not much better on first down or second down. And when your completion percentage is this poor, you're not going to have as many opportunities to... The basic way I explain completion percentage for those to kind of why does it matter? Well, if you're completing the football, you're giving more opportunities for your playmakers to get first downs. You're giving them more opportunities to make something happen, basically. And when it comes to the Browns, they just don't have that many opportunities. They're just not giving their playmakers that many opportunities. As a result, the chances of them creating first downs goes down, as we'll see. And it's just the whole spiral effect. But overall, the Lions are favored in this respect. Then, of course, you get to the Lions offense versus Browns defense. In this respect, the Lions are actually favored here. Now, the Lions aren't amazing, per se, on first down, but they are a little bit better than the Browns defense. If there was one criticism of the Browns defense, it's their passing D. Their run D has been pretty decent. Passing D, not so much. Now when you get to rushing down, so this is the ability to create first downs with the run and first, second, and third down situations, and the Browns are actually favored here. The one aspect of the offense of the Browns that actually kind of works is their rushing offense. Then, of course, you look at the Lions offense versus Browns defense in terms of the run, and the Browns are favored here. The Browns actually have fairly decent run defense. It's kind of their calling card at this point. Then, of course, you look at passing downs. Browns offense versus Lions defense, and in this respect, the Browns are not doing that hot. Lions are better in terms of every single aspect of things. And again, just to reiterate another point, the Browns have the worst third down passing offense in the NFL. The ability to create first downs with the pass on third down, it's non-existent. So definitely an area where the Lions have the advantage, just because more so of how poor the Browns are. Then, of course, you look at the Lions passing offense versus Browns passing defense. And again, to reiterate, the Browns have a pretty decent run defense, not that great passing defense. And as you can see, the Lions are better on first, second, and third down especially. Then, of course, you get to sack rate. Browns offense versus Lions defense, and the Browns are better in this respect in terms of generating sacks. Again, the Lions have had some issues in terms of preventing sacks this year. So I would expect some sacks in this game for the Browns. Then, of course, you look at the Lions offense versus Browns defense in terms of sacks, and the Browns are favored here on first and third down. Then, of course, you get to interception ratio. Browns offense versus Lions defense, and the Lions are favored here on first and second down. And then lastly, you get to the Lions offense versus Browns defense. Lions are favored on first and third down, respectfully, in this respect. So the Browns, most of the interceptions the Browns have been able to generate have come on third down. So that realistically is the down to kind of monitor and see what happens in terms of picks and stuff like that. But the Lions are pretty decent at not throwing picks on third down. Matthew Stafford at least has not really. Most of his picks have come on second down. So now overall, my general feelings about this game. I think it's Lions victory. You're always going to have games where you have a team that's just defeated, 0-9, 0-10, whatever, and they just put it all together one week and win, for whatever reason. A team just was flat, and the Browns came in and got some momentum and then won it. I don't see that happening this week. I just think, offensively speaking, defensively speaking, there are some avenues for success, but I think there's so many issues with the quarterback play here. And again, I don't want to put it all on Kaiser. It's the offensive unit as a whole. I think Kaiser is as much to blame for the issues as the receiving core. The inexperience with the wide receiver core, the inexperience with some aspects of the offensive line, of course, due to Joe Thomas being injured. There's a lot of people to blame, but ultimately it doesn't matter who to blame if you're not performing, and that's the biggest thing. So I just have to go Lions here. I just don't really see that many scenarios for the Browns to win. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.